Welcome back, Shalloners. Well, there is some news out of Hollywood. For once, old celebrities are doing something interesting. Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston had a big reunion backstage last night at the SAG Awards. We're going to break it all down. I'm going to tell you some tea that they're not reporting because you know that I know it. And more importantly, we're going to get what we can learn out of this, which is how to act when you have to see your ex. Whether or not you love him or hate him, I'm going to give you 2 words to live by: fire and ice. I'll explain. But first, just want to remind you that if you have a love question of your own or want to connect with me one-on-one, go to my website, shallonlester.com. It's literally my name. And I'm like, what could it be? And click Get Help. You can also shop some merch like this fabulous feminist hoodie. We've got some really fun other sassy phrases. You can also take a quiz to see how your social media stacks up. And speaking of social media, follow me on Instagram at ShallonXO, where I let you weigh in on the next video topic and get some good fun daily inspiration and connect with the rest of the Shallontourage. Oh, and my podcast, Girl on Top, out every Wednesday, every place podcasts are found. So okay. So you guys love Brangelina. Well, this isn't Brangelina, this is Brennifer. We're still working out the kinks on that one. But you love this triangle of people, right? Because Brad Pitt, Jennifer Aniston, Angelina Jolie represent the struggle in all of us, in a way. Because people love to categorize women as like good girls and sluts, right? The Virgin Mary, the Mary Magdalene, even like the Bible did it. And Jen and Angie, man, I mean, don't they fall right into that? You have like Jennifer Aniston, who's like blonde and like wholesome and boring, like a piece of wheat toast with like nice wheat toast. And you're like, who's mad at wheat toast? And then you have Angelina Jolie, who's like dark and broody and sexual and boobs and lips and hair and children and tattoos. And she's just like so intense. So when Brad left wheat toast, which, spoiler alert, most people are wheat toast, for someone as intense and crazy as Angelina, the wheat toast people of the world did not appreciate that. Suddenly there was a wheat toast uprising, right? And so we kind of shift ourselves into one category or another. And that's kind of like why we're on team so-and-so and team so-and-so. I love Angelina. She is crazy as a sack of weasel. She's like definitely turned a corner into like this spitefulness. We've done a lot of videos on Brad and Angie. You can check them out here. But like spilling the tea, like stuff that you are not going to read in People Magazine and Us Weekly. And how do I know this? How do I know all this stuff? Well, like I've said before, I used to be a celebrity journalist. And so this was stuff like we didn't print for whatever reason that sources told us. So you guys can go get familiarized with their saga there. But there's new developments. Last night at the SAG Awards, Brad Pitt was caught like gazing at Jennifer Aniston as she had her acceptance speech for the morning show, which literally was bad and boring and preachy. Stupid. It has value. Well, not to me, like the audience. Okay. This is why I hate award shows in Hollywood. Like I remember as a kid being like so excited to watch the Oscars. Now I'm like, I would rather spend that time in Rikers Island. Don't make me do it. Probably because like I was a celebrity journalist, you know, and like I had to do it. And it's like, everyone likes sex. No one wants to be a prostitute. Like when you're forced to do something that you used to do for pleasure, it like becomes twisted and grotesque. But also like these award shows are so masturbatory and so like such a stupid closed loop of like people who already have everything going for them, just like further celebrating themselves. You know, like where's the humanitarian aid awards? Where's the nurses and teachers award? Where's the military awards? Like that's what I want to watch. And it's not like we even get to vote. This is like watching a different high school student council election. I'm like, I don't care. Who are you people? Like, why do I have to watch this? All right, you're PR chair. I could give a shit. And then, just when we think, you know what, we collectively as a society, we're done with this, we're done with all this, something interesting happens and they get us back. Like this, Jen and Brad running into each other in public, we'll get to that in a minute, for the first time in years, certainly for the first time after his divorce from Angelina Jolie. Could this mean a reunion is on the horizon? Well, what you may not know is there done been a reunion. Oh, there's been a reunion. These two have been meeting up secretly for a long time. A long time. This isn't something we published in Star Magazine. Maybe it is, and no one believed it because of Star's reputation. But like, we always want to put a button on things and be like, no, this one's true. Like, this is really real. Like, this sentence here, that's the truth. But yeah, we always heard that like from like very, very good sources, very good source. And some sources are baloney, you know, but most are actually very true. Like back in the day, we would polygraph the sources. It was like a big deal. And so we heard that like they were hooking up, like having these like secret hotel meetings but not at like the Howard Johnson out in Ventura, at like, you know, the Beverly Hilton or like the Sunset Tower Hotel. Like, oh, how secret. It's just, celebrities are so funny when they act like they want privacy and then they go to literally the place where all the other celebrities are and all the other paparazzi are. It's like, you mean to tell me you couldn't find one other restaurant to eat at than the Ivy on Sunset? Then Nobu, then Sugarfish. Okay, but I digress. So these two have been having some like secret talks, some secret hookups, maybe some like, hey, is something worth rekindling here? So when they like saw each other for the first time backstage here and on a red carpet, Shallon knows the truth, and now the Shallontrage knows the truth. But let's say that all these reports that I've heard are complete baloney. That they really did just see each other kind of for the first time in, I mean, years on this red carpet. Now, Jennifer has said that like, oh, they remain friends. First of all, if a man cheats on you in such a public way and marries his mistress and has a billion kids with her, don't be friends with that bitch. Don't be friends with him. Do you not have any friends? You were on a show called Friends. I feel like you should have some. Have some self-respect. I'm not saying you can never rekindle things, but don't be like friends in the meantime. It just sends a message that you're desperate. It sends a message that you have no spine, no backbone, and that no matter what he does to you, it's okay, I'm still gonna be here because I'm your friend. Fuck that. That is not the definition of friendship. That is not the definition of friendship. Would you accept that from your female friends? If your female friend slept with your boyfriend, perhaps several of them, maybe had a baby by him, would you be like, it's fine, we're still best friends? No, Caitlin, we're not. We're not. Pack your shit up and go home. I don't want your LuLaRoe leggings. But let's say that this really was the first time that these two saw each other. They had some nice things to say about each other, right? So Jennifer said that the victory, winning a SAG award for the morning show, meant even more coming from her fellow actors, because I guess they vote on it. Who cares? Including fellow SAG winner Brad Pitt, who's 56. Isn't that crazy? Jennifer Aniston's 50. 2 snacks. She said, we've all grown up together. We really have. And it just feels like a really fun night to celebrate and cheer each other on and keep working. There are not like dark hours, but you know, you don't really have that much of a life, like when you're filming something. So it's nice to come out and put on a pretty dress and sort of celebrate your friends and their work and inspire each other to keep going. And like Brad said, it's back to work tomorrow. So yeah, so she said it was sweet that Brad was like watching her acceptance speech. And then there was a picture of them like on the carpet. He's touching her arm. She touches his chest. I mean, is that not one step away from finger banging? I mean, an arm, like when a man like touches your arm like that and you just like touch his chest. Like, hello, this is sexual tension, right? So what can we learn from this? I think, and I don't usually think of Jennifer Aniston as being particularly enticing, but she is. I know that she is because the dudes I date who are like younger, like mid-20s, perhaps early 20s, I always ask every guy I date, like, who's your celebrity dream girl? I always think I'm going to hear Kendall Jenner, Bella Hadid. No, it is Sandra Bullock, Kate Beckinsale, Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Lopez. It's the older chicks. Dude. So like, ladies, if you're like 30 and you're dating guys older than you, you are being ridiculous. Go for dudes who are younger. They love it. So Jennifer, I feel like, played this kind of well because she knew Brad was going to be there, right? Like, no one accidentally, like runs into someone on a red carpet accidentally. It happens on purpose. Like, your arrival on a red carpet is timed. Like, especially at the Met Gala, like there's a very specific time slot you have, and you have a certain amount of time to take pictures and go up and down those stairs. And if someone fucks it up, Gwyneth Paltrow every year, then it's like, it creates this like backlog. And it's the same on like a movie premiere. It's like, the movie has to start on time, you're coming at this time, and they do that so people can avoid each other, you know, and to space it out for the press and everything, so you don't have only the very biggest stars coming at the exact same time, even though sometimes that's how it plays out, which is really annoying. Because like the D-listers come first and the A-listers wait. So Jen knew she was going to see her ex-husband. She knew she was going to see her ex-husband. And I think she was eating a few extra kale smoothies and doing more yoga. Because what did she show up wearing? A white dress. What do we think of when we see a white dress? A wedding. Man. Clever. Now that's good. That's good. The lesson we can take here is if you think you're going to be seeing your ex, you wear the thing that he likes. You wear the thing that he like, because it's tempting to be like, no, I'm going to wear that outfit. He told me that I looked ugly. And no, girl, you wear the outfit that he's like, even if it's like a stupid outfit. Like my college boyfriend loved to see me in a sports bra. Like I would get like dressed up for sorority formals. Nope. Sports bra and yoga pants. And he was like, lock the door. Like he couldn't handle it. So when I knew I had to see him, I was like, I'm just like on my way to the gym. I don't know. I'm just hanging around in my sports bra with like a Victoria's Secret push-up bra under it. You know, women have their tricks. So she comes trotting down the red carpet in this like white satin dress. Clever. Oh, and look at the body language of this. Oh, okay. So look at him holding this statue, right? Is he not holding this like a penis? It already looks a bit penile, but like, look at this body language. He's like strong jaw display with this like he's not even smiling. He's like baring his teeth at her like a predator. He's got her by the arm, also demonstrating possessiveness, and he's thrusting his penis award right at her. Body language is huge. You always have to look where someone points their hips, you know, because especially a man, if he's pointing his hips at you, girl, there's a reason. Same with women, you know, human body language is what it is. So I see a lot happening here. Very, very interesting. So yeah, what can we learn from this? Remember at the beginning I said fire and ice? Okay. So you're probably thinking like, well, Jennifer still might have a lot of like love and feelings for her ex. I fucking hate my ex. Girl, the opposite of love isn't hate, right? It's apathy. So if you hate your ex, I got bad news for you. Neutrality is always the goal when it comes to an ex. And if you truly do feel neutral, don't stress about what you wear. Embrace them as a friend and move on with your life. But if you either love them or hate them, you have more in common like with the love and the hate people than you think. There's a thin line between love and hate, as they say. So fire and ice, what does this mean? You gotta look fire and you gotta act ice. New York is a very small town. I live in Manhattan. Although I'm taking off tonight for Paris. Je vais aller à Paris ce soir. Et après Paris, nous allons à Marseille avec un voyage. Non. Pour un voyage avec Trend 45. I'm going on the Trend 45 trip to Marseille for a week, and my birthday's on Thursday, so I decided to treat myself to a few days extra in Paris. So the next video you guys get, probably be from Paris, unless I can bang out one more today. Unlikely. but I'm going to be blogging it and vlogging it, so follow along on my Instagram at shallonlester. That's going to be fun. But we're off topic. Fire and ice. So, okay, let's say you hate your ex. Let's say you love them. You know what? It doesn't matter because you got to look fire. Forecast when you might see this person and like a general strategizing a battlefield. Look at your entrances. Look at your exits. Where would the bathroom be? Where would he be most likely to be found at this party? By the chips and dip? By the alcohol? Outside vaping? If he's going to be outside vaping, you do not need this person in your life. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Is he going to be flirting with another girl? Is he going to be there with a different girlfriend and they might be like up against a wall? You don't want your mind to have to go there, but you have to mind map something. I talked about in my playlist, The Art of War and the Art of or Evil Week that we did, about strategizing and beating your enemy. And you have to come up with every possible action and your every possible reaction. Like that's how we do it. So really take yourself inside of this event, whether it's walking down the hall, whether it's a pep rally, whether it's your office, whatever it might be, and think physically how you're going to move through this space, physically what you can wear to look your best and still move through this space and not like a weird way. Like, don't show up in a fucking ball gown to a frat party. You're going to look ridiculous, you know? How can you maximize this environment to your advantage? Because you have to look incredible. You have to look incredible, okay? And not just incredible. You have to look the best version of what he remembers. So it goes back to that sports bra yoga pants outfit, you know? And like, maybe that's not acceptable. Maybe the thing that he liked you best in was a whipped cream bikini. Also, perhaps do not wear that to the office. But do something you know that he likes. Your hair was down and wavy. You had really glossy lips. You wore those heels that he liked. Something like maybe the little glasses when you took your contacts out. Now comes the ice, okay? You show up, you look flames, and you ice him the fuck out. You ice him out. Like I said, New York is a small town. I run into exes constantly. Manhattan is very physically small, like diameter-wise, it's diameter, square footage, it's small. So, and people kind of pretty much go to the same bars, the same kind of events. Like, you see people a lot. And I greet my exes or people that I've hooked up with the way a celebrity would greet a fan, perhaps that they have met before, and that like lived in infamy in the fan's mind, and the celebrity has absolutely no recollection, that you're just like, oh, hi, yes, it's so good to see you, right, okay, I hope you're well. Politeness mixed with confusion. Who are you? You look familiar, and I'm sure you're fine, but has a part of you been inside part of me? Because I don't have a memory about that. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you, right? Because guys who screw us over, fuck boys. And I've been using the term ex very liberally in this video. Like, we know that the people we get the most twisted over are people we didn't even date. People we didn't even get off the ground. People we thought it was going somewhere and they went left because they were deceiving us the whole time because they're a fuck boy. Fuck boys rely on ego. Like, positive and negative. When guys ghost, they do it because they're cowards, obviously, and they do it because they tell themselves that we don't care. I'm sure she doesn't care that like she met my mom and 2 days later I stopped speaking to her. But yet, they won't break up with us because they assume we're obsessed with them. They won't give us any closure because they're like, oh my God, Shallon's so obsessed with me. If I have one conversation with her, I'm never gonna get rid of her. She's obsessed with me, she's obsessed with me, she's obsessed with me. So it's this weird duality that they live in, this nonsense paradox, but ain't that men? So you have to cut a narcissist off at the legs by absolutely unacknowledging them. Don't speak to them if you can help it. Like, that is the ultimate ice out. Like, they're there and they are merely part of the furniture. They are part of the faceless mob of this sorority exchange, of this meeting, of this bar. Who are you? I don't know. You blend in because you don't exist to me until I allow you to exist in this world. Because that's what they think about you. That's what a narcissist thinks about you. She's my little possession, and I would just take her off the shelf when I wanted to play with her, but and then I just got bored of her, as we do with toys, but now she's like, she's just moved on. Like, they don't like that. So when you flip the script on them and that's how you treat them, they're like, fuck you, dude. So there's the fire and the ice. And then if you have to speak to them, it's polite mystification. Oh, hey. Yeah, no, Matt, I know. I know. I think I are my friends, so I'm gonna go get a vodka. So I have to brush my hair. It was great. See you later, Matt. Yes. Goodbye. And you pull it off because they're gonna be like, they're gonna be rethinking everything. They're gonna be like, she can't not know who I am. I mean, we hung out for 3 months. Like, what? Give them that moment of pause. Give them that moment of a crisis of confidence where they're like, oh, am I not as important in everyone's life as I assume that I am? No, shrimpy, you're not. 5 inches, we can replicate it on someone better. Thanks. But what if you love your ex? What if you want to get back together? What if there's a Jennifer Aniston, Brad Pitt thing where it's like, you know what? There's been a lot of water under the bridge. We've lived our separate lives. Things have happened. And maybe the time is now to kind of like come back together. How do you react then? And it's weird that this happened because I had a dream about my ex-husband last night that I saw him and that like I hugged him and I was like so upset when I woke up. I won't get upset again, but it's funny that like my subconscious was thinking about this, and apparently Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston's was too. So I'm glad we are all just in this trust tree in the nest. How do you react if you see somebody you really want to get back together with? Fire, ice, fire, ice. I'll explain what I mean. So if it's someone who sucks, you want to go fire and ice, look hot, ice them out, move on. But if it's someone you love, you want to look hot, ice them out at this party. I don't see you. I don't see you. They come over to you, or eventually you go over to them, whatever it is. Oh, I didn't see you there standing by the punch bowl. Fire, you're warm again. It's so good to see you. I would love, like, yeah, like, how's your mom? What's going on at work? Like, catch me up on things, you know? How's the dog? How's waffles? Then, ice. Well, I hear my friends, but, you know, it was good to see you. Yeah. You do the eye contact. You keep the conversation banal. Doesn't matter what you talk about. You communicate the silent yet unerring language of eye contact. You give that intense eye contact. You give the body language. Because part of looking fire is your fucking posture. If I see one more girl who is beautiful with hunchy shoulders, you could have a velvet lined vagina. It does not matter. Guys are not going to go for you. You have to throw your shoulders back. Studies show that your body language informs your mind. And we always think of it as being the other way around. Well, if I feel bad, I'm going to hunch over. Aha, that's true. But the reverse is also true. If you throw your shoulders back and you adopt a posture of confidence, your mind, who wants to be in a state of confidence, that truly is our default setting, will latch onto that. Why do we want to be in a state of confidence? Because we are programmed to mate, right? That is what we are hardwired to do. Continue the species, keep growing, keep it going. Does like a shy emo, like polar bear get mated with? No, they go with the animal that is mateable. And so we want to present ourselves that way. We are hardwired to be our best selves. So think of it that way and give your mind a life raft to hold on to. Even if it's just putting your shoulders back, sticking those tits out, dropping your chin just a little, and gliding into that party like Blanche Devereaux, okay? So you communicate through the eye contact. And then you dip. You want to leave him with this sort of hazy aura of love for you. You know, this sexual lethargy that you've woven around his shoulders. Like the spell. You wear that favorite perfume. You wear that dress. Maybe you wear the necklace he gave you, like layered over some other ones, just so there's a peek of it. And then you're like, you know, it'd be great to see you again. But I gotta go. My friends are like over there and Kristen's barfing. I'll see you later. And then you glide away. Fire, ice, right? And then you leave it in his hands. Why do you leave it in his hands? Because he's the dude, yo. And it doesn't matter how your relationship ended. Even if you were the villain, even if you dumped him, he will still come after you if he wants to. How do I know that? Because you guys keep going after dudes who dumped you. That's how I know. We all chase people we want. I don't care if you're a man or a woman, who dumped who, how it went down. When we want someone, we find that behavioral loophole to give ourselves an excuse to go after them. Did you ever see the movie He's Just Not That Into You? Like Ginnifer Goodwin's character, she thought that this guy was like leaving clues that he wanted to see her again because he left his like dentist pen there, like Ronald Howard, DDF. And she's like, I get it. He wants me to call him and be like, you left your pen here. And Justin Long was like, no, he didn't. She's like, yeah. Like when we want to do something, we'll find any excuse to make it happen. So let him be the one to do that. He is the man. He's the man. And if he doesn't do that, girl, then that is what it is. You were flames, you were ice, you did what you could. Let it go. Let it go. And maybe this is just first position, you know? I come from like a war strategy background. First position is just like first negotiation. This doesn't mean that like this is your one chance to get back together. This one interaction, making vodka sodas at the frat party is like where you have to make every single thing happen and have the big talks and do the grand gestures. This is a peek under the hood. This is a peek under the hood. That's okay. He knows where to find you, and it shouldn't be your DMs, okay? It shouldn't be your DMs. Why? I say this all the time. If a guy is like Snapchatting you, DMing you, like commenting, but he's not texting or calling you, why does that matter? Because text is primary communication. Everyone is on their phone. Everyone looks at their text. Not everyone checks their Snap. Not everyone reads their DMs. Not everyone's on Instagram all the time. So if you want to make sure a woman sees your message, you go straight to the top of that communication pile. You don't risk rolling the dice by like messaging her through her Etsy or some shit like that. Like you want to make sure she sees the message. Isn't that what you do? Right. So if he's sub-communicating with you, that's because you're a sub-priority. And that is what it is. The writing might be on the wall. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Because like Jennifer and Brad, you truly don't know where this is going to go. Do you think at any point during their divorce or when he was working on Mr. and Mrs. Smith with that smoke Angelina Jolie and gaslighting Jennifer Aniston, nothing's happening, she's just my friend. And Aniston's like, really? Really? I'm going to hate you forever. She didn't see something like this happening. But life is so long. And I say all the time, like one of my mom's best friends just remarried her first husband. She had 2 husbands after that. And they got back together. It's like they grew apart and then they grew as individuals and then they grew back together. And the things that tore them apart, maybe like either they didn't matter so much anymore or they had already worked them out or they were so much more evolved and communicative, they could work them out in tandem now. So you never know where things are going to go. I'm not saying you should like still hold on to someone as your primary. Put them on the back burner. Put them on several different back burners. Just way back in that air fryer that your dad got you that you don't use. Put them in there. And focus on moving forward. But don't burn bridges if someone, maybe doesn't deserve it. But if they do, go ahead and fucking burn them. I'll help you. I will cyberbully anyone you want me to. I'm a gun for hire. So I'm interested to see where Brad and Jennifer are going to go because the thing that broke them up in the first place is Jennifer was boring and she didn't want kids. Well, after being married to someone who is a little on the volatile side for like 10 years and having kids already, maybe Brad's like, I am very down for boring. You know what I could use? Some wheat toast. We shall see. Time will tell. I want to know your opinion on this. If you think Brad and Angelina are meant to be, if you think Brad and Jen are meant to be, and are you, be honest, more of a team Jen because you identify with her? Are you a team Angie because you identify with her? Or are you like, you know what? I'm neither. I'm a team Rihanna. I'm a little spicy. I'm a little weedy. I'm a little bit of both. Like I said, follow me on Instagram at ShallonXO and be sure to head to my website, shallonlester.com. If you have a love question, click Get Help. And listen to my podcast, Girl on Top, where I answer your best questions of the week, out every Wednesday, every place podcasts are found. Bye, Shalloners.